help self-employed workers. South Korea's non-wage workers confront slow economy, resulting in rise in credit card debt. The proportion of self-employed people in South Korea's workforce is expected to fall below 20% this year, amid signs of ballooning credit troubles, a mix that calls for prompt policy measures by the government and financial regulators. If the trend continues, it will mark the first time that the share of self-employed people in the country falls below 20% since authorities began to compile related data in 1963, according to statistics. Korea, the number of self-employed people is 5.6 million, or 19.7% of the 28 million who are employed. As the latest figures are based on the monthly average from January to August, the final yearly numbers are forecast to break through the 20% mark by year end. The overall direction of self-employed data is discouraging. The share of self-employed workers was 37% in 1963, but steadily declined to come in at 28% in 1989. Last year, it managed to stay at 20%. Of course, Korea's self-employed proportion is still high among the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development member countries. According to the OECD's estimate, the country's self-employed workers account for 23% of the total workforce, the fifth largest level after Colombia, 46%, Mexico 31%, Chile 24%, and Costa Rica 24%. Even though OECD data shows Canada's self-employed share at 6.8% and Japan's at 9.5%, there is no question that Korea's self-employed workers make up still a relatively bigger portion. The data offers two aspects to consider. First, a bigger share of self-employed in the workforce means tougher competition among the self-employed, and those workers are fully exposed to economic ups and downs compared with those with steady positions employed by companies. Second, the shrinking proportion of the self-employed workforce in Korea signals that running a small business here is becoming more difficult, especially in connection with the stubbornly high interest rate and inflation, burdensome cost, and market conditions that combine to extend the protracted slump in retail and other sectors closely related to the self-employed. Some experts speculate that 3 out of 4 small restaurants and accommodation tend to shutter themselves within just 5 years of their first operation, due largely to relentless price and service competition. The average age of the self-employed is going up at a fast pace in tandem with the rapidly aging demographic trend in Korea, as those self-employed workers must adapt to the latest market trend. The most challenging burden for the self-employed, particularly those engaged in delivery food via mobile apps, is the steep level of commissions charged by digital platform operators. Aside from delivery cost, small business operators have to pay for various online transaction fees, which often carve out a big chunk of their operating revenue.